Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right. I'm going to get directly into tarot on this one. This is going to be another long reading, so go get yourself a snack. But there is something, this is going to be a love reading, but there's something that's changed in the dynamic. And again, per usual, I go long and detailed for a reason. So if none of this, applies to you, sits right with you, you don't want to hear what I have to say, that is completely okay. I will return some other time. I got the High Priestess and the Four of Cups. I feel like something's changed within this collective right here. That Four of Cups, it represents boredom and very, I think there's something you're kind of getting over or you're getting past something, okay? Let me see what this is about. Seven of Swords, that flopped right out. The deceit, the betrayal, the sneakiness, the snakiness. Oof. With that High Priestess, that is divine feminine energy. Makes me curious if immediately I am talking about a twin flame pairing or a divine pairing. I always say you don't want your twin flame because that's such a wounded energy. You want your divine, you want your person, to come through. But there is something about, I think in a subtle way, you are over your own BS and you're over this person's BS. I think, this is definitely a collective immediately I'm talking to that maybe you've been rounds with this person. And I always have to preach because I even see this in my personal clients that are on the divine, journey with their person. Divine feminines, I hate to, and that's a hard reality of it. You take so much BS from your person because you're so hooked up on the label. You're so hooked up on, well, that's my twin flame. Well, that's my person. That's my, well, you don't know the traumas they've been through. You're over it. That's what I'm saying. Something has changed, and I think it's within you, and I think something spiritually has evolved, and it's more of a mindset. And, we just gone through, a full moon in Scorpio. There could have been some serious purging that's been done here. And unfortunately for feminines, because I always say in a twin flame journey, I'm just going to say that, okay? Averagely, you guys are in separation 2 to 5 years. You are in separation with this person, I would say at least 2 years, okay? Unfortunately, sometimes it takes that long for the feminines, this collective, gender doesn't matter, by the way, when I'm saying all this, it takes them that long to finally realize, oh, I'm not supposed to put up with this behavior. I'm actually, not that you're not healing or evolving in your own way, but I feel like with the Seven of Swords, this person has constantly hurt you. This person has constantly done snaky stuff, but you, in your own right, I'm not saying you don't get mad or frustrated or grieve about it, but you've always allowed it because that's my twin. You're over that label. There's something maybe you're starting to detach on the label. I think maybe you're starting to see things for how they are. Wow. Let me see what else is currently going on. Four of Wands and the Hangman. Okay. So to give you guys some perspective about divine journeys or, divine counterparts, okay? 9 times out of 10, you guys run on 9-month cycles, okay? So averagely. So literally start from the month you guys officially separated. Keep counting 9 months. You guys repeat 9-month cycles. So let's just say you guys, I'm just using this hypothetically, you guys broke up in January. Your possible union won't come till September. Even then, it takes averagely 4 to 5 9-month cycles for you guys to, get together. That's at least. So let's just say this person has always came in on the 5th month of May, knowing your union is not till September, right? That means this person's always coming in to test you. And I think that's something that possibly may click. Even if you don't know that kind of information, there is something in this moment. Right now, union's not happening. But I feel like, though, with the Four of Wands, though, you're making peace with it. There has been some reflection being done. That's what I'm saying. You're stuck. I think you're really doing this. I don't know if this is our union, but again, I feel like you've made peace with it because again, you're just getting to this point. You're getting over this person's nonsense. Don't make these details fit. And I always get nasty comments saying, well, my person's a POS, da, da, da. If this is really your reading, you would understand what I'm talking about because I see that so much. Well, my person's that, I'm putting them in a jar. I'm putting them in a freezer. You're not I'm telling you right now, you're not in a divine connection. There is some surrendering with the Hangman being done with this collective. I think you're starting to come into union with yourself. I got a text message. Your order's on the way and will arrive. Again, if you watch my readings religiously, I get Grubhub a lot. I'm lazy when it comes to cooking and food. I'm a busy woman. But signs, something's on the way to you. We're going to keep going. I'm going to break. I'm really going to let my guides, I'm not going to jump to conclusions saying, yay, they're coming. I'm not doing that. But even then with the Seven of Swords, I don't think this collective here doing the yay, they're coming back. You're over it. You're over the sneakiness. And I think that maybe in the past, you've always gotten into your head doing the every form of communication means it's union. Every form of communication, even if this person or things haven't been addressed or whatever the case is, you've always been like, when it comes to this person, you're done. You've always gotten yourself hung up on them. Yet Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like there's a no contact order being done right now. You guys could have each other blocked. This person, I don't know. And I see that. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're standing in your power right now. You're finally getting it. I would like to see an Empress come out, but I'll keep going. But you're finally standing on business is kind of what I'm saying. But not just on your person. I don't think, let me make this so clear. I don't think this collective, you're doing my person's a POS. F them, F this, F that. You're not doing that. I think that you're like, okay, I'm more seeing of an energy of, I understand how this really is working. They keep doing the Seven of Swords stuff to me because I keep allowing it. No more. And I'm going to be honest with that Hangman right there. I feel like you have a lesson coming with this person that makes me curious. Again, like I brought up the whole 9-month cycle thing for a reason. Even if you didn't know that, there's something intuitively, this is not the time because you're just figuring out. I have to come to union with myself before my person. And let's be real, guys, twins, you guys keep triggering each other because it's coming from trauma. You guys unfortunately met, two broken people, correct? This person is always going to, until you finally come to union with yourself and stand on business, I'm going to use that term, this person's always going to trigger you. And I feel like recently with that Seven of Swords, maybe you saw something, maybe you heard about something about this person, or it could just simply be finally a flipping the switch for you of, what they did. Okay, I get it. But it's, again, I feel like with the Four of Wands, you made peace with it. And again, I feel like you're tired of your own nonsense. I think you're kind of sick and tired of letting this person in. Because let's be real, with twins, you constantly allow this person to do sneaky behavior, ghosting you, leaving you on red, abandoning you. All they're doing is triggering you. So is it this person's fault? Yes and no, but you keep allowing it. And now I think you're coming to a spot now, which is good. You're not getting as triggered for their own nonsense. I think you got a lesson coming up, so prepare. Let me keep going. The Star, as I said that, yeah. And I think, like I said there, and that's where I said prepare. I think with this Queen of Swords, you're kind of embodying this. If they come back again soon, which I think they will, again, I'll keep going. I know what I need to do. There is something already. You're impressed with how your demeanor and how you're pulling this off. Let me keep going. So I got the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay, there's a balance that needs to be done here with this collective. My Queen of Swords, let's be real, she is my cutthroat, takes no BS. Queen of Cups, very opposite, soft, sweet, vulnerable queen, but is a little naive. I think you've always presented as a Queen of Cups towards your person. Very welcoming. I feel like you've always have always welcomed this person into your home. I feel like there's something within this past week or two. Full moon was a lot of purging. You finally was like, enough. And I think what this balance is, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords came out, because you're not doing this F them, because I can't stand that. Because in a subtle way, you're being an avoidant in your own right. But I don't think that's what this collective's doing. You're kind of doing this, I need to understand when to trust my intuition, open my third eye, and understand when I can be soft and giving and nurturing versus, don't come over here with that woundedness. No, it's not welcomed here. Let me do one more, and then I will break everything down. Okay, but yeah, the Fool, a new journey. You're embarking on a new journey right now, and it's more to do with self-improvement on yourself. Good. I have to say, this part could have been the hardest part of your journey, and it has nothing really to do with your person. It's more to do with yourself, because like I said, feminines have a bad habit of putting a giant veil and a mask, because, we always say, oh, masculines wear a mask. Masculines wear a mask. Feminines, you do too, because it's your twin, it's your person. So you're not putting up with this anymore. You're not putting up